what are you then? Because it sure sounds like racism to me.
Is it complicit or either you're enabler? Do you think he's a racist? You're saying
he's absolutely a racist. And I'm telling you, he knows exactly, I've said this before on your show, he's not as stupid as people want to believe he is.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows the words to use. And I'm certain that the 63 million people that voted for him actually, vast majority of them love that press conference.
But, well, not all Trump supporters.
Not all. I said the vast majority.
But they take offense to people calling them racist because they supported him.
Yeah, but what are
so then how do you? The question is that how do you deal with that?
If you hold down the woman while the rapist is raping her, and you didn't rape her, are you a rapist? I mean, let's just really let's cut the BS and start speaking honestly. If you vote for a man who says what he said today, that the white nationalists were the victims, that he equated George Washington and Thomas Jefferson with Robert E. Lee, and said that the people there trying to stop the racism, the anti-racism protesters, that they were the violent ones. They were the, it just went so far. But I'm telling you,
that's a very powerful and uncomfortable anecdote that you share, and people will think that you're comparing Trump voters to racists. I mean, to rapists.
Yeah, and it's uncomfortable, isn't it?
That is uncomfortable.
Yeah, because enablers of immoral behavior, of criminal behavior. It is absolutely criminal to stand behind the people that killed Heather Hare, that beat the heads in of people who were trying to, speak their minds in Charlottesville. Mm-hmm. If you are there, and if you participate, even though you're not the actual person doing it, if you help to put Donald Trump in office, you need to think about this before you kneel down and say your prayers tonight. Think about this person that you now have leading this country. And there is redemption in this. You can stop tomorrow morning. You can stop supporting him, and you can say, I can't take it anymore, and this was probably a mistake, me voting for him, and you can change.
You know you're going to get a lot of blowback for that, right?
I hope I do. The white people watching this, the 2/3 of the white men of this country who wanted Donald Trump and voted for him for president, you are going to have to take a long, hard look in the mirror right now.
Yeah. I think you have to own your own words. I think Donald Trump ultimately is responsible for his own words as well. I understand what you're saying, but again, it is an uncomfortable comparison. And sitting here listening it's
I'm
tough.
Sorry that. Yeah. Well, it was uncomfortable watching this today, and anybody who supports that, if you still support the racist, you are the racist. That has to end. I'm not sorry. I'm not letting anybody off the hook here.
Right.
White people who voted for him, white people who made him happen, we cannot any longer mealy-mouth about this.
Yeah.
And if you want me to say it again, I'll say it again.
I got it run.
You got it the first time, right?
Yeah, I got it the first time.
Yeah, anybody who
it's a good
enables.
place.
Anybody who enables.
Yeah.
Anybody who votes for and supports a racist is a racist. You are culpable, white America. I'm sorry, but there is redemption for you.
Thank you, Michael.
The people who voted for Brexit and the choices they are making to emphasize border control and symbolism of the European Court of Justice is an ideology that is about what we call in Britain Little England. It is an ideology that is ethno-nationalist. It is an ideology that distrusts free markets and competition. It is an ideology that distrusts change. Again, they have the right to do this, but do not kid yourself about what the values are. They are not values anything anyone in this building should support. It is naive at best to pretend that there is no racial component to this. If you look at the voting patterns in the UK, there is a very strong, statistically significant positive correlation between the diversity of the voting districts and the share that voted for Brexit. Full stop. It's almost a sufficient statistic to explain the vote. And you can say, well, that's something else, but I'm afraid I tend to look at facts.
The race. If you still support the racist, you are the racist.